Hey there, this is LaQuita with QuitaBugHandmaids.com. Thank you so much for joining me today for another Stampin' Up! Tutorial. So for today's project, I am featuring the Love You to Pieces bundle. I have wanted to use this since I saw it in the new annual catalog. So this is the stamp set, really cute stamp set, a lot of fun sentiments in this set. And then you've got some coordinating, let's see, these are Thinlit dies that go along with the stamp set. You can cut out this big puzzle piece, like puzzle builder image here. You've got a single puzzle piece, and then you've got this little heart puzzle piece. So cute. So we're going to use this today, and when you purchase the bundle in my online Stampin' Up! Store, you actually save 10% by getting the two together. So I've just got a piece of Whisper White cardstock here to start, and I'm going to stamp my sentiment in the new Petal Pink. So I've got my stamp here. So this sentiment says, "You are my missing piece." I love that sentiment, and I thought this would be good like as an anniversary card or a card to send to even your best friend. This is a really cute sentiment. Okay, so there we go. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and leave this ink pad out, and I'm going to bring in Mary Merlot, if I can open it. There we go. Bring in Mary Merlot, and I've got one of our Whisper White medium envelopes. I want to also go ahead and decorate my envelope, so I'm just going to ink up that little single puzzle piece in the Petal Pink, stamp that down, and for this image you actually don't want to press in the center. If you have ink in that middle piece, it will transfer onto your project. Then I've got the little cluster of hearts. I'm going to ink those up in Mary Merlot and just put those in the middle of my puzzle piece and right there. There we go, isn't that cute? All right, so I have got my big shot here, and I've got my magnetic platform, one cutting plate on top. I am going to go ahead and place my stamped heart down and then put this little heart die on top right about there, I think. Then I've got a scrap piece of Mary Merlot cardstock. I'm going to lay this right here, and then I'm going to bring in the seasonal layer Thinlit dies, or seasonal layers Thinlit dies, and I'm going to use this little scalloped border die here. So I'm just going to line this up on my cardstock where I think I want it to go. Looks like my magnetic platform's gonna go crazy, so I'll move it. Okay, that's better. So I just want to make sure I've got it straight and that it looks like it's an even amount of cardstock on this side of the scallop. So I think that looks good, and I'm going to go ahead and put my other clear plate on top and run this through. All right, so here is my scallop, and then once you run the heart through, when you pop this out, you're going to have 4 pieces just like that. Isn't that cute? A little puzzle to put together, so cute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these pieces and just flip them over, and I want to stick them together. So I'm just going to bring in my tear and tape, tear off a piece, and I'm going to use this to hold these 2 pieces together, but I'm not going to tear the backing off. I just want to hold them together. And then I want this piece to go right here, so I'll just flip that over, and again use tear and tape to hold this all together, just like that. So I'm just going to bring in the rest of my pieces for this card. So for my card base, I've got a piece of Sahara Sand cardstock. This is cut at 4 1/4 inches by 11 inches. I'm just going to fold that over, give it a nice crease with my bone folder. I scored this at 5 1/2. I don't remember if I already said that. Okay. So then I've got a piece of Mary Merlot cardstock. This is cut at 3 1/2 inches by 5 1/2 inches. I'm going to layer on this piece of Designer Series paper. This is Petal Pink with Whisper White, and this is from the, I think it's called Twinkle Twinkle Designer Series paper stack. So I'm just going to lay this on top, and this is cut just 1/8 of an inch less on all 4 sides. And I've got all of the measurements for this project over on today's blog post, linked just below the video in the description notes. All right, and I added dimensionals onto the back of this layer, and I'm just going to center this up onto the front of my card. And I got the colors for this project, Mary Merlot, Petal Pink, and then Sahara Sand from my Quita Stampers Team Color Challenge. These were our colors, and we had to create a project using those 3 colors. So this is what I created. So now I've got one of our pearlized doilies. I'm going to adhere this down to the bottom right-hand corner, and I'm going to lay it down to where this little line that goes across right here is nice and straight, and I want it to hang off the edge, so it's gonna go, right about here. So I just put down a tiny bit of adhesive and gonna lay it down right there. All right, so now I have just added some tear and tape to the back of my scalloped border here. And this is too long. This is actually longer than we need, but I'm going to center this up on the front of my card. I want to get it nice and centered. I think that looks good. Just gently press, let me see. Yeah, I think that looks good. So I'm gonna go ahead and press this down. Then I'm just gonna bring in my paper snips and trim this overhang right off. All right, so I've added dimensionals onto the back of this part of my heart. So I am just going to get this where I want it. And then for this piece, what I've done is I've put 2 layers of dimensionals. So I have lined up and stacked 2 dimensionals because I want this piece to sit up a little bit higher than the rest so that there's a little bit of a shadow, and you can kind of see that this "you are my missing piece" kind of plays along with that. And this is the missing piece. Let me see if I can get this lined up how I want it. Yeah, like that. Perfect. Look at that. Isn't that cute? You can see that little shadow kind of poking through. Very cute. All right, so there you have it. That's today's project. I really love it. Really quick and simple card. So I hope that you guys enjoyed. So let me just bring in that matching envelope. So there we go. So remember, you can find all of the measurements and supplies for today's project over on today's coordinating blog post. I've linked to that post just below the video in the description notes. And I also do have a full supply list in the video description below with clickable links. So thanks so much for joining me today, you guys, and I will be back soon with another tutorial. Bye now.